How's it going? Wait. Oh, here we are. Here we are. Apparently the stream is working. Apparently we're starting to gather here together. And so, before more people jump in, hello Luca, hello. Before more of us jumps in, let's just settle into this moment with a question. And that question is, how am I doing today? How am I today? How are you today? Let's check in with ourselves. Has today been hard, difficult, agonizing, joyful, freeing, liberating? Has it been filled with worry or fear? Have you experienced a lack of safety? How have you been today? And as we are asking these questions, we are simply opening the doors towards a deeper relationship with ourselves. Excuse me. Because through the question of how am I doing, we are sending ourselves a message. That it is safe to love ourselves. And of course, what greater way to explore the love that we are than through a moment of self-love. What if each moment where we choose to love ourselves, to care for ourselves, we are re-identifying with the love that we are, that we've somewhere along the line of our conditioning imagined that we are separate from. And so each time we love ourselves, we return to love, because only love can love itself. And I'm probably going to make a video about this, but that is exactly why self-love, when done authentically, is the most important spiritual practice, and I'll tell you why. The reason why self-love is the most important spiritual practice is because only the universe within you can do it. The ego cannot love itself. The ego cannot really impersonate self-love. It doesn't know how to do that. And what happens in modern day spirituality is that in a lot of spiritual communities and a lot of spiritual circles, you unfortunately find spiritual teachings that are almost built for the ego. And they are designed to cater to the ego that wants to do the spiritual journey perfectly, that wants to do it right, and that wants to hijack the process so it can be in charge of it. But when we make spiritual when we make self-love our most important spiritual practice, we are loving ourselves as the universe that we are, have always been, and shall always be. And we are not leading with the ego structure that is looking for more things to control, to coerce, to hold on to, and to grab. And so what if the only thing we need to integrate our ego is to just have a little bit of a moment, a little bit of space from control? And so what if, as we are sitting here in this excuse me, I'm apparently clearing my throat chakra, as we are sitting here in this moment together, what if we could just simply take a break from control? And what if the only thing that we needed to focus on was our breath? Because have you noticed that whether you are trying to control your breath or not trying to control your breath, it always comes and it always goes. And it may be inaccurate to say that our breath cannot be controlled, because we can hold our breath, we can do all the fancy stuff with our breath. But whether we try to control it or not, the breath is always going to come in the next moment. There's always going to be next breath, whether we try to control or not. And as we deepen our relationship with our breath, we are loosening the grip of control. So we don't strive to stop controlling. That is just more effort that the ego tries to create. But we simply return to the breath. And we notice, I am controlling a lot of my life in many moments, such is the conditioning that I carry. And yet, in spite of all the patterns of control, the breath always comes and goes. No matter where I go, no matter what I do, no matter what I choose, and no matter what I feel, the breath always comes and goes. It cannot be stopped. It cannot be taken away. And we allow the breath to ground us into the present moment reality. And in the present moment reality, we get a chance to remember and recognize the love that we are, the love that you are. The love that you have always been. And the love that you shall always be. And one of the most unsuspecting ways through which we tend to push away the recognition of the love that we are is by trying to imagine that it is somehow other than how and what we are. And so the love that you are is not a matter of becoming. The love that you are is not a matter of reinventing yourself as a new spiritual persona. The love that you are is something we can only become aware of. And what is amazing is that each moment of awakening is never a moment of becoming aware of anything new, but it is always a moment of remembrance. Because before you incarnated into a human body, you are fully and completely one with love. And you have chosen to go on a mission. And the statement of that mission, the mission statement from the British government, probably, right? From the MI6, the mission statement, should you choose to accept it, was to incarnate into a body where you will experience various degrees of density that will make it seem like you were separate from love. And then you will go on a journey where you are destined and guaranteed to remember the love that you are. And so spiritual awakening is not only a matter of remembrance, but it is equally a matter of what you are destined to receive. And if your spiritual awakening is the play of destiny, isn't that an incredible opportunity to put aside all the striving, where the mantra of the striving is, I am almost there. I'm almost there. I'm not there right now, maybe in 5 minutes, in 5 days, in 5 weeks. And all of that is affirming of a sensation that you're not there yet. But that is exactly the place within us that requires the most love, attention, and care. Because the part of you that is striving to remember the love that it is the part of you that is feeling the most afraid, betrayed by life, and abandoned by Source. And we take care of it, not by allowing it to run the show with more striving and more grabbing, more holding on to, but we love it by giving it the attention, love, and care it requires. It's okay that that part of you feels separate from love. It's okay that there are many parts of you that feel separate from love. That is not wrong in any way. That is simply the experience you're having. If you are chasing after love, if you are grabbing onto love, if you are perhaps even on some level avoiding love from our own unworthiness and fear of engulfment, that is equally, completely fine. And yet, what if we simply considered that that part of you no longer has to run the show? What if we simply considered that that part of you is an innocent child that needs to be held by you? And you can consider just saying to yourself, may I hold myself through any moments of pain. May I hold myself through any moments of separation. May I hold myself through any moments of healing and adversity. May I hold myself through any tension that arises within me. Because what else do you deserve? What else do you want to choose but to meet the highest needs of every moment? And any moment of tension is usually an expression of a need that we need to be held by ourselves. So can you hold you? Can you hold a part of you that feels terrified? You don't have to hold the fear. You don't have to hold the anger. You don't have to hold the pain or sadness. You simply hold the part of you that feels sad, afraid, angry, desperate, or anything imaginable. You don't have to hold any of your emotions. You simply hold the one who is experiencing them. And you can say thank you to all of your emotional experiences, to all of your feelings, to all the sensations in your body, for reminding me how much love I truly deserve and I'm ready to give to myself. How much love I have always deserved. And shall always deserve. And if you would like, please let me know in the chat. It's over here on my phone. Let me know in the chat how you're feeling, how you're experiencing the transmission. Or if there's something you're wondering about. Or if there is a question. Please share anything you wish. So we can take this exploration of love even deeper. And I'm gonna have a drink. Rim Jim is saying, it's bringing me tears. Very moving, Luca, if I can say so. Wonderful. Great. Well, tears are a sign that you're going through an emotional release. And it's healing a fear of abandonment in your sacral chakra. So congratulations. Wonderful. Because the fear of abandonment is healed by reminding ourselves that we can be here for ourselves as love. And we don't have to abandon ourselves in order to fit in with others. That is exactly why we started with letting go of control and reuniting with our breath. Because what the fear of abandonment does is that it convinces us that we need to control the people around us and the circumstances around us and our environment in order to prevent the abandonment that we feel in our body. And what is tragic is that through the process of the control, we abandon ourselves. And so it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, where we may try to control our environment in order not to be abandoned. And it is bound to trigger that very abandonment within us, which is really the universe inviting us to hold ourselves through any pain in our body as the love that you are. And so I congratulate you on your healing. You're doing it perfectly. You're doing it right. And you're nailing this. So congratulations. Congratulations to you. And congratulations to all of us. Very moving, if I can say so, Luca. Well, wonderful. It is very moving. You're welcome. You are very welcome. And I think there's a delay in the chat, so I'm not entirely sure how all this works. I think there's a delay a little bit, even though I try to make sure that it's as little as possible. Yeah. Because a lot of people on the spiritual path talk about being present and the present moment and how we can never really escape it. And if we can never really escape it, it's kind of almost like we don't even need to talk about it. What is, I think, a more worthy talking point is how we ground ourselves into safety to actually receive the present moment that we all are. And so if you wish to be more present in your life, it is not actually a matter of trying to be present, becoming present, or entering something that we could call the present moment. Because the present moment is just all that is. That is the consciousness that makes up all it is. But being present is simply about not being stuck in a trauma response of needing to defend ourselves. Because the tool that we use for defensiveness is our mind. And because we don't feel safe in our body, we escape with our attention into the mind, and we have all these crazy thoughts. And in order to break the cycle, we simply make time in our day to spend more time connecting with the heart, where it's not a matter of getting rid of the mind, for our minds are wonderful. It's just when they're plugged into trauma, they become overactive, defensive, and can even lash out and attack as a form of projection of the very trauma they are trying to defend us from. And so your mind isn't bad. Your mind equally deserves love and connection. Our heart deserves love and connection. And our body deserves love and connection. We don't get rid of the mind. We reconnect it with the heart. And we bring the mind and the heart into a sacred marriage. Which is commonly known as embodied awakening. Embodied awakening, meaning we have access to the awakened mind of His wisdom and to the awakened heart of love. And we embody our wisdom through loving action. And as we embody our wisdom through loving action, we start creating course corrective experiences. Or perhaps a better word to say is just corrective experiences, where we no longer perpetuate trauma onto ourselves and onto other people, but we become the embodiment of healing that resolves all trauma, whether within us or within other people. And that's what it really means to be a healer. A healer is someone who chooses to heal themselves. And as we choose to heal ourselves, we start ushering new waves and dimensions of healing into this world for other people, for our communities, for our society, and for all sentient beings on this planet. And so make no mistake, your healing journey is one of the greatest contributions to world peace and to the resolution of the greatest dilemmas of this planet, where if you feel debilitated by your healing journey and you feel like you may not be able to fully participate in life, your energetic and spiritual contribution to this world is immeasurable. It is immense. And one of the greatest crimes against ourselves is that we don't give ourselves a permission to feel good about it. But it's time for you to start feeling about how much you are healing within yourself. To start feeling good about how much you are healing within you. For each time you heal, a part of this world finds safety. Each time you heal, the oceans are that much closer to purifying. Each time you choose to heal, children are and will be returned to their families. Each time you heal, animal cruelty stops. And each time you choose to heal, you cast a vote in the collective agreement of humanity that we call the collective unconsciousness of what timeline we collectively wish to step into as a planet. And if enough of us start voting with higher vibrational choices, which means we just choose healing and love in every breath, the more we start collectively stepping into timelines where conflict is no longer needed and necessary for evolution to be accelerated and triggered in this world, where we are all evolving, but there will be a time where we will no longer require so much adversity, pain, hardship, and suffering in order for our evolution to take place. And we will start evolving beyond duality and simply start moving through life together as one, as the love that we are. That is what it means to return to the love that we are. No longer need for hardship, but simply the celebration of unity, togetherness, and connection. In every breath we take. And so, because we started today's transmission with the breath, this is where we're going to end. Once again, returning to our breath. And we are breathing in a relaxed way, as one, helping this world to start equally, breathing together as one. Because what's currently happening in the world is that most people are hyperventilating through their experiences because they're too overwhelmed with stress, anxiety, and hardship. And it's of course understandable, and no one is to be blamed for this. But we anchor safety as the way showers, saying that there is a different way. And we breathe together as one. We breathe slowly. We breathe aware of our breath. You don't have to breathe super deeply, you can just breathe naturally. But you can breathe in a way that helps your nervous system to slow down into a slower pace and to anchor deeper safety and relaxation in your body. And as a reminder, you can even put a hand on your heart and you can say to yourself, may each breath bring more safety into my body. May each breath relax my nervous system. May each breath deepen my healing journey and the awareness of the love that I am, have always been, and shall always be. Together as one, the love that we are, right here, just as you are, being no one other than divinity in form, having a human experience. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for participating with me in this guided meditation. Thank you so much for being a shining beacon of light for this planet and for participating in the healing of humanity with the healing that just naturally arises within you. It is my deepest pleasure and honor to connect with you and to transmit this healing energy for your benefit and for the benefit of all of us. Sending you so much love from my heart to yours. Namaste.